What else do you want? Okay, finally, after almost a fucking week of not being able to see this fucking movie, I finally had time to go see Godzilla King of the Monsters, and it's everything I wanted.
I personally wanted less humans.
I think, like, for the monster stuff we got and it's carrying out, I'm pretty well aware of my Godzilla and human ratio in these films. I think, like, this is pretty goddamn good.
That's fair. I
think you're really just focusing on the monster fights, because monsters were actually in, like, 50% of this movie.
Yeah.
So you want a monster fights to be 50% of this movie.
Yeah.
Which is...
Or at least a lot of, like, you know, chest beating and just be like, hey.
That was also on the other, like 20% you were mentioning. There was literally a whole scene with them doing a stare off of Godzilla doing that thing you're talking about.
Yeah.
King Ghidorah does like 5 times.
I know. I just also wanted... I like the monsters. I really didn't like the humans.
Fair enough.
I really... Like, there's a large leap in logic for, like, you know, a lot of things.
Don't do logic! It's a Godzilla movie!
I know, but that's why I'm saying...
That's
why I'm saying all I want to do... It's like, if you're gonna give me monster fights, give me monster fights, you know?
But that's not... Like, Godzilla movies aren't all monster fights! It's like this unspoken rule of the Godzilla film. You gotta deal with some crap to get the good stuff. That's like every fucking Godzilla movie.
I know, I just wanted more good stuff.
This is great stuff, you overly picky asshole!
I just... Well, okay, that's not true. Okay, I thought Mothra...
The fights we got this are goddamn amazing!
I thought Mothra versus... Well, wait, can we actually go into the movie, or...?
Yeah, I assume most people probably have seen it by now. Okay. But
I actually thought Mothra killed Rodan, but I guess I was wrong.
Mortally wounded, I guess, yeah.
If they're all powered by radiation, and then...
Not all of them.
I'm just saying, you know, if Rodan was, like, within the blast of Godzilla going, you know, full critical twice, it's like, you know, a little HP restoration for Rodan. I can see it.
Sure, like, at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter.
It doesn't fucking matter.
They're giant fucking monsters that fucking find each other.
And more importantly, they know who's boss.
Yeah. I mean, like... here's what kind of hit me while watching this movie. First off, I should give my own personal bias in this film. Like, I am insanely biased in this film because I grew up religiously on Godzilla films. Like, I own almost every single one that exists. The only ones I haven't watched are the Netflix ones. And even though I watched the first one, I hate it. You know what I'm talking about? The animated ones?
Yeah.
One where they have, like, Godzilla in animation, they still make him do almost nothing? You want to talk about a bad monster versus human ratio? Let's talk about the animated ones.
Oh, trust me, I watched it. I watched 2 episodes and gave up.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, and I give everything 3 episodes before I gave up.
Well, technically, they weren't even episodes. There were 3 movies.
I know. I gave it 3 episodes amount of time.
Oh, okay.
But I gave up after 40 minutes. I was so upset with the movie, and I was just like, fuck this.
I mean, so I grew up on the old Godzilla films, almost all of them on VHS. All of the box covers are worn down because I watched them so many fucking times. I used to own action figures. Like, I watched both TV shows.
Oh.
I watched the old crappy 60s one on Boomerang when I was playing...
the one with Godzuki?
Well, Godzuki. I'm familiar with Godzuki. And I watched the one that was based on the Matthew Broderick movie, which still kicks fucking ass, and I refuse to hear anything else. The Broderick movie sucked, but the TV show about it was awesome.
Okay, I actually didn't see the TV show.
The
movie sucked so hard.
It was definitely of its time, but it kicked ass.
Okay, so granted, my experience with Godzilla is, I think I saw Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, but then I don't remember.
Which one?
There's
like 4 of them. Wait, 5.
I don't know. I was like barely cognizant in 91.
Did he shoot missiles from his fingers?
Yes.
That was the old one. That was like
Okay.
the first one.
Yeah.
All right.
It was, yeah, I remember the missile fingers
Yeah,
because
that was the very first one.
because I also got a toy with the missile fingers, and then I also might have shot the missiles into the kitchen disposal unit.
Damn, that's sad.
Very sad.
But like I absorbed every piece of lore. I know, I don't know the creators as well as I should, but like everything in that Godzilla old school universe and the different generations about it, I know a good fucking deal. I even did my presentation in college about it.
Sure.
So my point
This is your movie.
This is like I said, this is a movie clearly tailored to someone like me. But I was realizing this going into this is, you know what this is? This is the modern day Independence Day. It is dumb as rocks, but it is a lot of fun to watch. And if you are down for that, you're gonna have a great time. If you are not, you are gonna hate this movie. So like if you love it or hate it, I kinda get why.
I would have to say the things that I loved about this movie were the things that I wanted to love about this movie.
Exactly.
And the things that I was walking in prepared to hate, which were the humans, and only the humans, and every time they talked.
I didn't really hate them all that much. I thought they were fine.
Except for Ken Watanabe. He was like kind of dumb.
Like at the same time, like, I mean, again, this is where my bias comes in. Like, I've seen some of these fucking films. I've seen how dumb these things can get. I'm like, this is fine. So, like, I'm already having that metric of what, and there's a lot of references in this movie, too. Like, just compared to, like, Godzilla versus Monster Zero, which this movie directly refers to.
Yeah.
Where they actually did just have space aliens with weird little visors and hats, and then Godzilla and Rodan got transported to Mars or something. Some shit like that. So I'm like, by Godzilla standards, it's fine. So like, I will admit, like, I'm a little biased in that way. That being said, even just objectively, I didn't think it was that bad. I'm not gonna say it was great or like even like anything to write home about, but it's like as far as like a plot device to get from A to B, I was perfectly okay with it.
That's fine. I just like I really liked the part where after Ken Watanabe's character dies.
Spoiler.
Well, whatever, right? Did you really care about the plot about this movie? You're like me, and you wanted to see Mothra fight Rodan, or Godzilla beat the shit out of Ghidorah, or the other way around, for at least two out of 3 acts of the movie. Okay, I'm just saying, like when he came back out of the ocean, and he's like he had to look at the humans, and I was like, I know what you're thinking, buddy. They blew up your house, and you kind of want to kill them. He gave that look. He's like, did you guys unleash a fucking nuke in my house? Fuck! I'm mad. Right, I have other shit to deal with now.
But
later.
But yeah, this is clearly a movie like made for Godzilla nerds like me. There's so many goddamn references and stuff like that. Now, like, here's the thing about this movie too. Like, I feel like the human stuff does take itself a little too seriously at points, which is something I would definitely knock it down for. That being said, I feel like this is made by somebody who's watched enough of these movies to make sure that it pays off where it counts. So when the monsters actually start fighting, the fight scenes are fucking spectacular.
They're pretty awesome.
Again, it's the equivalent of just watching a little boy just smash action figures together. Like Godzilla,
I would say,
and then Godzilla like bites off one of their hands like raw, but he goes the head back and he goes like raw, 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 raw.
Yeah, but
and then he breathes fire and then he breathes light and they clash together and make a big air bubble and then Godzilla goes supernova and he goes. Rah!
I was also thinking, like, if it was like 2 kids playing with Godzilla toys, it's like, okay, yeah, well, Godzilla's gonna bite off one of his heads. It's like, you can't.
It goes his head back.
You can't do that. That's cheating. That's cheating.
Well, I have a dinosaur that eats force field dogs.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna put this regular AA battery in my Godzilla toy that my mom took away, and now my Godzilla toy is ready to fight you, Ghidorah.
Yeah, now it makes the sound.
And the lights on the back go off too. Like,
shit. Fuck you, Timmy. You're more expensive toys.
Yeah, well, Rodan killed Mothra, or I got Ghidorah to kill Mothra. Oh yeah, well, Mothra's gonna send Key over to Godzilla and fuck you up.
Wow, what kind of kids did you hang out with as a kid?
No, I'm just describing what happened in the movie.
More or less. So, like, it's one of those different things. If you're going to this movie thinking, I'm just here for the monster fights, you're still gonna have a good time with it.
I had a great time with the monster fights.
Yeah, like, the human stuff, like, bothered you more than it bothered me.
I really hated the humans.
Because, like, and, like, I don't, like, I guess it depends on personal taste. The humans are, like, without question, the weakest part of the movie. So, in this case, like, I don't mind they didn't spend too much time on them, just as, like, much as was necessary.
I just feel like 90% of what the humans were doing were just, like, being slack-jawed and being like, holy fuck.
Wouldn't you, though?
I know, but I don't need to see. I just want to see I just want to see Godzilla.
But again, it's like this movie like very clearly follows the formula of a Godzilla movie, like almost to a T.
Fine.
Which
Fine,
is like
whatever.
Which is why I always got annoyed. But it's like there's not enough Godzilla in the first Godzilla movie. It's like yeah, but that was the first Godzilla movie too.
That was the first Godzilla. Didn't Godzilla in the original movie show up like the last 10 minutes?
Like he's barely in the first movie.
Yeah, he's like maybe 10 minutes,
give or take. But I think what I think is a tweet I saw a while ago that just describes this movie perfectly. Where it showed like the first movie, like Godzilla 2014 one, is like, well, what if Godzilla was a metaphor for like a tsunami? Makes you think, right? Godzilla 2. Yeah, but what if Godzilla just punched Ghidorah? And that's just kind of like the level of brain stuff. Like if this is like. If Godzilla 2014 was trying to be reminiscent of, like, the original Godzilla, like, the very, very original, this one is more, like, reminiscent of, like, Destroy All Monsters. I don't know if you saw that one.
No, I didn't.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if that's one they're going to make down the line, because that was basically, like, the end game of monster movies at the time.
Right.
Where it had, like, all the monsters, all different kinds of movies show up, and they all fuck Ghidorah at the end.
Yeah.
It was pretty... For little kid me, that was amazing.
I gotta say though, the bit when Ghidorah bites into the fucking power plant to supercharge, and then he has like the
little lightning,
the nostalgic lightning look, and I was like, oh, that's hype as fuck.
There are so many shots this movie was like, I want that poster.
Ghidorah looked fucking sick.
The designs are great all around. Like, Mothra looks great, Rodan looks great.
I really like how they updated Mothra, too.
Yeah, the designs are smart. They do get, like, a little Easter egg in the end where they can bring Mothra back if they want to. Because there's always another Mothra. That's how every Mothra movie works with Godzilla.
Yeah, isn't Mothra, like...
More like the species more than the individual.
Yeah, like a species.
Because like every time, like every Godzilla movie that has like Godzilla versus Mothra always ends the same way. Mothra dies, and then like another larva shows up somewhere. Yeah. Which is like they showed like the egg at the end credits of this. So like you know, they're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But no, like that. Again, this is a case where again it's kind of like Independence Day. If you don't like it, I get why. I don't agree with you. But I can see why you wouldn't like it.
Who the fuck doesn't like Independence Day?
I actually don't like Independence Day.
Oh, okay, that's fair. No, yeah. I can see why.
God, it's like I just didn't like disaster movies in general back then.
Okay, for me, I was totally down with like Will Smith like punching that alien.
Yeah, and that's
that was awesome. That was just like welcome to Earth.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about with that's exactly what I'm talking about this too. It's more like some Godzilla could be these deep philosophical messages about climate change or the nuclear bomb. Others can be dumb as rocks. Like you look at the Godzilla library, he went from being like a nuclear weapon metaphor to just a fucking superhero, to the point where you've probably seen this clip somewhere. Where
I've seen the bit where Godzuki summons is Godzilla.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Godzuki!
You really just want to bring Godzuki in this,
don't
you?
It's so bad.
It's not the worst Godzilla's ever had. That honor goes to Godzilla's Revenge.
Oh, okay. I think I remember that one. I don't remember
that was like the little kid has like a fantasy about him going to Monster Island, and then he talks with the son of Godzilla, who talks like, gosh, I don't want to go up to that monster.
I don't actually know that one. I never saw it.
It's the one we don't talk about. Gotcha. And this is a movie that has some stinkers too. Like I was telling Muha the other day, it's like, dude, if you want a trippy time, look up Godzilla versus the Smoke the Smog monster, or Godzilla vs. Hedorah, if you want to be really specific about it. That one has a giant smudge monster, and it opens up with a song that was clearly like made for the 70s hipsters crowd. That just goes like, how is all these like hipster Japanese women going, "Save the Earth, save the Earth." This happens. Look it up, it's amazing.
Sounds like a Godzilla movie.
It was absolutely a Godzilla movie. He beat him using clean energy.
Oh.
That VHS was also really hard to find back then.
I take your word for it.
But I think I bought like a bootleg copy for like $15. Back then, copies were going for like 156.
Yeah.
Anyway, me nerding out aside. But no, like, yeah, this one's definitely made for Godzilla aficionados, and like, it's definitely very flawed. Like, if I'm looking at it objectively, but I will admit this movie that's very hard for me to look objectively because I am such a nostalgic nerd for it. And this is why I'm also willing to give passes to people like the live action Disney reboots and shit. Because like, all right, we all get one. I'll let you guys have this one. I'll have my Godzilla. You guys can have your Aladdin or whatever. Like, where it's like, you're so nostalgic for it, you love the property so much that you want to let other shit slide. That being said, if I have to say like why this works for me compared to like some of the live action remakes of the Disney movies, it's more the fact that the stuff that's done well here is done really, really, really well.
I gotta say, though,
I can't say the same for the Disney reboots.
I gotta say though, there's this like one really beautiful shot where 11 is her name to me.
Sure.
The girl from Stranger Things. She's like running to her house and like fucking Mothra and Rodan just like crash into the street right behind her.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "This fucking sucks." but for me, I was just like, get out of the way. I want to see this.
Well, that being said, it's like, I feel
but it was a really beautiful shot.
No, there's a lot of really good shots in this movie. I think one thing I like more about the human parts of it than the first one. First off, whether you hate the humans or not, they're not nearly as boring as Aaron Taylor Johnson, the first movie. Like, not even by a fucking long shot. If you even remember who he was in the first one.
I don't even know.
He was the main character.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even see the movie.
You didn't see it?
Wait, which one?
The 2014.
No, I didn't see. We just talked about it. I have to go watch it.
I thought you said Kong. You didn't.
No, I didn't see Kong. And then I was gonna watch 2014, and I asked you, "Hey, when does Godzilla show up?" And he's like, "The last 30 minutes." I'm like, I don't know.
No, he shows up like in spurts throughout. It doesn't really do much until like the
last 30 minutes.
The
Yeah,
last 30 minutes. Even then, like, I think someone compiled all the Godzilla scenes in the first movie. It's held like.
But I still have no idea who the main character was.
Like the first Godzilla movie.
Was it the dad in this one?
No, he's not even in the movie at all.
Okay.
Yeah, he's just gone. They just got rid of him. Not even mentioned, I don't think. He just
was the dad in the previous movie?
Nope.
Okay. So these are just...
They're just new characters, blank slate.
Gotcha.
They already have more personality than Aaron Taylor Johnson did in the first movie.
Yeah.
Who was just dull as dishwater. And that's a shame, because they brought in Bryan Cranston to play his dad in that movie, and then they kill him off in the first act. And he was acting circles around everyone else in the theater, like, dude, big mistake.
Yeah, you should have let Bryan Cranston be the guy that lived.
Yeah, but they didn't. And and yet that movie gets a bigger pass than this one, because it's trying to say something meaningful and deep. It's like, dude, it's a fucking monster movie. At the end of the day, stop taking it so goddamn seriously.
To be fair, when the wife character was all like, "Hey, so these monsters are like radioactive, by the way, and they'll totally radioactivize our planet back to its natural order." I'm like, you don't understand how radiation works, lady. I don't care. Let's go back to Ghidorah in the ice. That looks awesome.
That was more like, whatever. That's the MacGuffin for like not having the world getting completely destroyed every time one of these movies happens. Like, that's the reason. Like, whatever. I'll go with it again.
The only thing that I thought made a lot of sense was during the credits scene. Mm-hmm. There was a newspaper clipping that said, "Titan excrement."
Excavation?
No.
Titan excrement.
Yeah. Titan poop basically is viable biofuel. I'm like, you know what? That makes sense.
You know what other movie did that?
Which one?
Your favorite.
Which one?
Pacific Rim.
Fucking hate Pacific Rim. Anyway.
I know you do. But yeah, like there's a lot of like Easter eggs.
But yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like I was just like thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, if I found a giant heaping thing of Rodan's poop, and like that shit's on fire, that's like
Biodegradable.
biodegradable, also self-cleaning, possibly sterile. If the poop itself is on fire.
I mean, you're gonna split hairs here. Sure, why not? I ain't got no horse in this race. I don't care.
I don't know. I just thought like if they had the only, you know, when they were trying to like connect their like human plot point with getting me to watch Godzilla fight Ghidorah, which was so cool every time.
Yeah.
especially the second fight in the ocean.
Yeah,
it's like, hey bitch, this time it's my turf.
Surprise, bitch. And then they bring in like the Oxygen Destroyer that was in the first Godzilla movie, which I thought was interesting. That can lead to many different
Fly
directions.
away now, bitch! Fly away now!
Like that can lead to a lot of directions if you know your Godzilla. That could bring in Destroya next if they wanted to.
Yeah.
Which is a big one. There's also I've heard rumors they want to do Gigan next after Godzilla vs. King Kong, which I'd be down for.
Which one, Gigan?
Giant bird, has giant like sword hands, laser eyes.
I'm already down. When you said laser eyes, I was already down.
He's one of the more well-known Godzilla nemesis that they keep bringing back from time to time. Yeah, this is the way it looks.
Oh, that motherfucker! That guy was awesome.
Yeah, he was great. So, like, I mean, now they already said there's aliens in this universe now, apparently. So
yeah, because Ghidorah's from space.
You have some guards, so is Gigan. So like, whatever. All right.
Yeah, why not?
Just bring in aliens now. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Mecha Godzilla.
Like, there's actually rumors that's gonna be in Godzilla vs. Kong. We'll see if that happens or not.
I could totally see it being, you know, they just like take Ghidorah's head and just give it a robot body in the shape of Godzilla.
Well, for that, they gotta do with Mecha King Ghidorah, which is also a thing that exists.
Oh my god.
Which is one of two ways they can go with that.
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
Again, real thing that exists in Godzilla lore. Mecha King Ghidorah.
So was that Gamera, the mountain?
Gamera's not in the Godzilla universe.
I thought he was.
No, he's not.
Oh.
He's a ripoff.
Oh,
Yeah.
can he?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, that was not Gamera. Gamera is certainly not appearing in this franchise.
They could just buy the rights.
They could. I don't know. Maybe. But it was definitely not Gamera.
Yeah.
Or if it was, that's a shock to everybody. If I had to take an educated guess, it was like either one they created for a specific movie, for the movie, because there was a couple of those in there. Like Woolly Mammoth Monster is not a established Godzilla monster. They made that up for the movie.
Yeah.
And they also had Muto Prime, who was like the ultra mega of the monsters from the last movie.
Sure. You know what I think happened for that mountain monster?
I think it was Angulus, but I could be wrong.
Okay, here's what I think, because it is Legendary Studios. They're like, hey, remember when we did the Torteras for Detective Pikachu? Let's just borrow that. Let's just borrow that exact technology and just put it in Godzilla, because we can. Why not? It totally makes sense that a mountain would come alive in Godzilla.
Let's see. Yeah, realistically, it's probably more like this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angulus.
I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, he's another incredibly well-known Godzilla monster. It's actually the first monster Godzilla ever fought. Back in Godzilla Raids Again. I am such a nerd.
It's okay. Like they came to this channel, Mike the
comic narrator. He's like,
Mike the comic
weren't
nerd.
expecting Michael the Godzilla nerd, motherfucker.
Well, we thought he was a nerd for politics.
That's the point.
or socioeconomics.
Sure, why not? And there's all like the one monster I'm pretty sure was a reference to the original series, and I can't. It's the giant fucking spider. I forget that one's name. Is either that or it's supposed to be the lobster. Could be either or.
I thought it was a lobster.
If it's the lobster, that's what's his name? It's one of the more boring ones. Ebera, I think its name is.
Oh, Ebby. I get it. Shrimp.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never got that till now.
That actually that's probably why it's so boring.
It's Kumonga, that's what it is, the giant spider Kumonga.
Gotcha.
But it's either,
Kumo.
yeah,
also-
exactly.
Also is spider.
Yeah, that one I caught. So Kumonga or Ebra, one of the two.
Yeah.
At least I think it is. I could be wrong. And of course, Rodan, everyone knows. Anyone knows that Godzilla knows that one.
Rodan was such a bitch. By which I
He
mean,
kind of is in the movies too.
by which I mean, like, as soon as Ghidorah, like, slapped him into the ocean, he was like, okay, man, dude, it's your volcano. Like, fuck. And then, or like, after Godzilla Godzilla fucking nuked Ghidorah's head in his own mouth and just,
Which is pretty badass.
and then Rodan was like, fuck, dude.
I'm good.
I'm good. I have aerial advantage, but I don't think that's that.
I mean,
you're good, man.
That's pretty typical for that character too. Like I said, this feels like it's directed by somebody who at least watched at least 10 of these things, because a lot of this characteristics and mannerisms are pretty spot on.
Rodan
Except
was-
Ghidorah. Ghidorah gets a more intimidating update because back in the old days, he used to just kind of shake the heads around.
I mean, back in the day, didn't have the technology.
No, but that's kind of part of the charm too.
Yeah.
But they even brought in the fucking twins for Mothra.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of those
like 3 generations of twins from Mothra. I'm like, okay.
like
sure.
the 3 sets of Asian twins. It's like, motherfucker, I see what you did there. When I think the pictures of like the very first picture was the actual original actresses who played it like way back when. I was like, because I remember reading like Mothra. Are they gonna have the tiny twins?
They
didn't have the tiny twins. They had the twins and they had the song. Those are 2 things they kept in the movie. So I was very happy to see both of those. They even there was even a clip of the original pre-reboot Roar in the movie too, which I appreciated. And of course this is just me nerd. Most of this video is gonna be me.
I'm sorry,
nerding out about
I'm not
things.
yawning because you're boring. I'm yawning because I've been up for like 16 hours.
I get it.
Yeah.
We'll wrap up soon.
Yeah.
But then, of course, when the Godzilla theme played, I cried a little on the inside.
Oh, really? Okay.
Did you catch that?
No, I don't know the Godzilla theme.
Oh my god. And they play it twice, and I was like screaming internally both times. And then, of course, they play it again in the credits.
I will admit that when Ghidorah came out of the ice the first time, I was like, dope, 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 that's dope. And I even went up to him like, this is dope!
You didn't grab me, thankfully. When they play 2 times, they play once when Godzilla comes out of the water after the nuclear explosion.
Yes.
The music they play there is like a variation on it, but it's more or less the theme. And then they play it again when Godzilla confronts Ghidorah in Boston for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's like the classic theme, like the classic battle theme they show in they play in every movie. So me being the nerd who grew up on this since he was like 7 was like just very excitedly on the inside. So like again. This is definitely a case, like, if you don't like it, I get why. Like, it's loud, like, the lights can be a little seizure-inducing at times, the human stories...
Mostly just Mothra.
Ghidorah, too, with the lightning flashes and stuff.
Okay, yeah, a little bit. Especially since it's such a, bright yellow.
Yeah, so, like, that was because, like, okay, that was gonna be a headache a couple times. And like the human stories, like the human stuff is really not all that interesting, just kind of there. It's there to set up the plot and set up the world and said like, hey, we have 17 more monsters we can draw from at will, was basically what they said. And we also established there were aliens in this universe, so we can just have one fall from the sky if we want to. It's basically, and of course, like, Skull Island's still a thing, so we can have much more like King Kong movies too. So cool.
Let's talk about trailers.
All right. Don't rush me, my Godzilla, man. I only get this. Like, I've been waiting for me for like over 10 years.
Okay, I know.
I know you're tired. But just let me have this. Don't rush me. Fine.
Thank you for buying my ticket.
You're welcome. You don't understand, man.
I moderately understand.
Like, if this is about like, is this like a Dragon Ball Z movie that was good?
Hey, fuck you. Brawley was apparently good. I didn't see it.
I mean, live action movie that was good.
Oh, okay.
I'm seeing it as like a hypothetical, and like I would let you sit here and nerd out about it.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would. I'd let you talk how long about Alita?
Yeah, alright. Oh, right. You have a button.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
been-
That's been a while.
No worries, no worries. But no, like again, there's like all kinds of fun references here. There's like again the musical cues. There's of course they're really doubling down hard on the Colin stuff for the next movie.
The after credit scene.
And the after credits scene, the various mentions of, hey guys, Colin's a thing. Colin exists. There's a giant monkey somewhere. He'll be in the next one. And then of course like the mid credit scene where it's like, yes, he's definitely gonna fight Godzilla next. You should watch it. And I'm like, yes, I will, because I watched the original, motherfucker. You want to talk about an odd one out? That's the one where you like the common joke for that one is having when King Kong shoves a palm tree down Godzilla's throat and it just says "Eat your vegetables."
Oh.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. This made the little child in me very, very excited, and the visual flair, the direction behind the visual flair is top notch. The human stuff felt very reminiscent of Independence Day for me. So like, either you're gonna hate that, or you're gonna be okay with it. I understand either one. So
I was okay with it.
I thought didn't you just say you hate it? Like
I hated the humans, but the monsters made.
well,
overall...
I was talking specifically about the human stuff here.
Oh yeah, no, I hated the humans.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Hate the humans. Humans are bad. Objectively.
Okay, Thanos. Anyway, well, like this is a very Thanos-esque plan, by the way.
My chin is not big enough for that, sir.
Like, sure, whatever makes you feel better about it.
Wow.
I wasn't even talking about your chin. I was talking about it being Thanos, but if you want to take it that way, that's your fine.
Oh, well, no, I mean, how else would I take it after a comment about my chin, man?
You brought up the chin. I didn't say shit about your chin.
Never mind. I don't want to get into this.
Okay. Weirdly personal all of a sudden.
I am very sensitive about my chin, apparently.
You brought it up! I didn't make any comment about your physical appearance. You're a beautiful human being and I love you like a friend. And, alright, now we can talk about trailers.
Cool.
Alright, so first trailer I got was for My Spy, which is the Dave Bautista one.
Oh, yeah.
Which like, it looks like it'd be kind of fun.
It looks like that movie where it was Vin Diesel and the kids.
The pacifier. Yeah.
That's what it makes me think of. And I was like, alright, cool, but it's Dave Bautista this time? So, the only part of that trailer I thought was like extra savage was when the little girl knocked over the fish.
That's
and I was
good,
like,
yeah.
what the fuck, dude?
Well, Dave Bautista's a good comedic actor, so
I know,
like,
but
he sells that scene really well. Like,
I know, but even like I was like, dude, what the fuck? What did the fish do to you?
everything. But yeah, so that was My Spy, and then we got the new Terminator Dark Fate. Which fucking hell, if I can tell, this is supposed to be like, I don't even know. Does the Lad movie even happen anymore? Or are we just like pretending that never happened? Or is this like a prequel to that one? Or
I don't fucking know.
They need to stop trying to make Terminator a thing, because like, guys, we had two. That's all we're ever gonna get.
Yeah.
And debatably Salvation, I like that one more than a lot of people did, but even that one was eh.
Was Salvation the one?
Christian Bale.
Okay, I was thinking about the one afterward.
No, that was the crappy one. Terminator Genesis.
Genesis, I hated Genesis.
Genesis sucked.
And 3 was the one with the oddly sexy robot lady.
Yeah, breast expansion robot.
Breast expansion robot, yeah. And then
You don't remember that scene?
I do. That's why it's funny. God, 3 sucked.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Compared to the other ones that came after, though.
Oh, yeah, no, if we're going, if 3 is number 1, 3 is amazing.
Man. Then we got Hobbs and Shaw, which...
The most explosive buddy cop movie.
The dumbest movie this year I'll watch the shit out of. Like any of the Fast and Furious movies. At that point, it's like, they're basically superhero films. They just don't want to call themselves that for whatever reason.
I mean, they have an established universe. Might as well just own it.
It's a weird Moana crossover for The Rock.
Yeah. I do want to see The Rock just fucking kill somebody with an ancient Hawaiian weapon.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna get that.
I know.
I mean, it's got the Dwayne.
But I want it multiple times.
I mean, again, you're probably gonna get that.
I know. I'm down.
I mean, you got Dwayne Johnson, not Vin Diesel, Jason Statham, and Idris Elba. You got 3 charming as fuck actors. So
I know, and Idris Elba is gonna have a gun, and they're gonna be like Hawaiian weapons.
It's okay. No, not even that. Idris Elba has superpowers
against Hawaiian weapons.
Yes, it's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be greatly stupid. Can't wait. Then we got Dark Phoenix, the wrong kind of stupid, and that's next week. And then,
or as I call it, damn it, Sansa.
You look at Sansa now. She just looks like she's so over all this shit. Between Dark Phoenix and Game of Thrones, you look at her now. She just has an Instagram of her just drinking wine and just being sarcastic.
Doesn't give a fuck, man.
Just does not give a fuck anymore. Then we got Men in Black International, and I've seen this trailer so many goddamn times I couldn't care less about it anymore.
Gotcha. Okay, that was the first time we've seen that new trailer.
No, I've seen that trailer a lot.
Well, I'm just saying from my impressions. It looks fun. It looks like dumb fun.
I just want it to come out so I can stop seeing the trailer.
That's fair. It was how I felt about the Secret Life of Pets 2.
That's also not out. That's next week.
Motherfucker, it's not out yet.
No, it's almost out. It's almost there. Then we got It Chapter 2, which you had your eyes closed the entire time for that.
I had my eyes closed, ears plugged, and I was singing a sea shanty to, like, drown out the noise of possible scariness.
Not too loud, though, because we probably would have kicked out of the theater.
Oh, no, just loud enough for me to not know anything that was happening.
Fair enough.
And then I looked up and there were balloons, and I'm like, nope.
And then the last trailer we got was for The Kitchen. Now, this is one I actually haven't seen before. That's the one with Melissa McCarthy and Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
Like,
and,
playing against type in a way that actually looks really interesting. So, I was kind of behind that one.
So, yeah, that one, that's the one where they're the wives of the Irish mobsters that got arrested. Is that right?
You're thinking widows.
I thought, no, because they said our husband's sentences aren't up for another 24 months.
I don't know about that, but it just looks like a bunch of pissed off ladies in the 70s just taking over the mob.
Well, yeah, but then they're like, girl power, and then they take over the mob.
I don't remember the husband being mentioned much at all, or in the trailer. At least I didn't hear it.
Okay, the implication that I got, because Tiffany Haddish is with 2 Irish white women, and they're like, yeah, they just expect us to just lay there and make babies, but
that's because it's women in the 70s.
I know. And then she said they didn't even want me as part of the family, so I just assumed.
Well, maybe she is. I'm not sure that means all of them are.
I just assumed that's how they know each other. It's just sort of like, oh, it's Connie from church. Your husband works with my mobster husband, you know.
I'm like, I wouldn't assume that until it's explicitly said.
That was the implication I got. If I'm wrong, it doesn't. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
It looks. I want to see it. It's Melissa McCarthy. And I want to see it. That's weird.
Okay, calm down. It's okay. Are you okay, buddy?
I'm a little cranky.
Okay. It's because of the chin thing.
What? Why do you bring that up?
I'm gonna take it as a yes. Anyway.
No, I'm just a little tired. But yeah, no, it was a really interesting looking movie, and I want to see it.
Yeah, I'm down. I like that was the case. Like, okay, it's Melissa McCarthy and Tiffany Haddish doing something different. I respect that.
Yeah. She's escaped from the clutches of Tyler Perry.
Oh God. Say that name. Do not use that name in this holy space. Not unless we absolutely have to. You okay?
Talk about it later.
Okay. All right, and that was the last trailer. So, what do you got your final thoughts for Godzilla, King of the Monsters?
Okay, if you're able to do this, can you edit in a sound of me, of the Godzilla roar coming out of my mouth? Just like...
No, that's gonna get hit by copyright.
Okay, fine. Find a Japanese subway and then play it backwards. That's the Godzilla roar.
I'm not going. I'm not going through all that.
Just say you don't want to do it. Just say you don't want to do it.
I'm basically telling you I'm not doing it.
Okay. I had fun. I had fun as long as there weren't humans.
Yeah, fair enough. It's worth it for the monster fights. Monster fights are great. I'll probably go see this again on a bigger screen. It'll be fun.
That was a big screen, though.
Moving on. Muha recommends the Metreon over in San Francisco.
Okay.
So, gotta try for that. See if I can make time for that. But yeah, had fun. Loved it.
I still need to go watch the Babadook.
We'll get around to it eventually.
Okay.
I gotta see Rocket Man tomorrow, so I can talk about Sarah on Friday.
Okay.
And then next week is Dark Phoenix and Secret Life of Pets too.
Okay.
So,
Well, I mean, you guys voted for Babadook.
We'll get to it.
I know, but like I fulfill promises. So
we'll get to it.
I know we're busy. We're all busy, but you know, I promise.
Sooner or later.
I promise to watch the Babadook. Okay. There.
Okay. Well, I know. You don't need to tell me. I know this.
I'm telling them.
You're looking at me.
I'm okay. I'm not gonna look at the camera.
Why not? You can look at it right there.
It's like porn. Moving on.